Hi, it's Khandie, and I'm gonna probably bear far too much on this. I'm gonna be brutally honest about what it is actually like to be a self-employed photographer, creative. And in my experience, it is not all meetings, coffees, although it is today. The reality of being your own boss sets in pretty quick. Every fault, every fall, every mispriced item, every client decline is on you. Now, don't get me wrong, not all clients are your client, and I preach this quite a lot in one of these videos that I did about running your own business. But what they don't tell you is the knock-on effect it has to you physically and mentally. And while being your own boss is so aspirational and is touted online to be aspirational, it is not the truth of the matter. Like, I know people who have been their own boss and instantly just gone, I need to go back to the 9 to 5. I need to not have that level of responsibility. Not because they're not ready for it, but because it is physically, mentally, emotionally, financially draining. Okay. And I know you're all going to sit there and go, well, you chose it. We did. I did choose this lifestyle and I've done it for a very long time. But what is hard is that sometimes when, like, I don't know, a panorama happens, it makes you take stock because you're sat there and you realize just how much you do work. You realize how many times you have to get up when you've got the flu and you have to answer those emails when you would much rather stay in bed. And this is where people go, you need to take downtime. But sometimes if you take too much downtime or you take downtime at the wrong time, you lose jobs because you are constantly having to project forward. You are constantly having to get the next job in. Online, you see people going off to Ibiza or somewhere far more exotic, not that Ibiza's not, but like somewhere more exotic, and posing in infinity pools. When you are self-employed, you have to keep getting that money in to keep being able to be self-employed. And I have worked my ass real hard, and then on top of that come the naysayers. And the naysayers are people who don't see what you do as a living, because some people, when they only work 9 to 5, and that shouldn't be only, but when they've never experienced self-employment, they don't get the reality of how hard it is. They don't get the reality that you are effectively the HR department with all its assistants and all its administrators and all of its legal team. You are also the cleaner, if you want, the cook or the assistant. You are the IT support. You are the tax office. You are everything, and you are one person. And yes, you can send stuff out, right? And I do, and I have stuff, but that is also costing, that everything costs. And in a world where sometimes you're met with somebody who will go to me, like I had it today, I want this photo shoot, I'm launching a clothing brand, I hope you can do me a cheap deal. And I'm like, no, I do a deal based on what I need to earn in order to do that work. And this is where you realize that no one will value your business as much as you, and you need to get that into your head. And for me, it has been really tough lately. We're back in the UK, we're open and stuff, but the thing is, clients aren't coming through the door as much as I see with social media. And I'm honest. I've always said I'd be honest with you guys. I am not in a financial state, anything like that. But emotionally, when you see clients, you send out your mailer, and normally you get you get 6 or 7 shoots booked in on that mailer, and they're like literally getting one. You're like, oh, maybe my work stagnated, maybe I haven't done enough. And what you actually have to realize is that just like you, even those in the 9 to 5 are experiencing those same levels of anxiety and worry. And the whole world is talking about how prices are going up and how it's going to cost more to do the basics in life. And so it has a knock-on effect. And it suddenly dawns on me that I have no one to fall back on but myself. When you're self-employed, you're just bombarded with people saying to you, oh, went here and I did this, because you're online, you're surrounded by it. And the thing is, these are people that you admire and you look up to. But what happens is you start comparing yourself to them. And I have had that. And this is where the imposter syndrome comes in. I've done a whole video on this. I'll link it here. And the thing is, when you're self-employed, you have such an intense reality check constantly. When you look at your bank account and you think, right, I've got all these bills coming out, how much money have I got coming in? You have to do your business. And you know what? We have to price things accordingly. So when a client says, oh, you're too expensive, you start getting this little niggling doubt, like maybe I do it cheaper. But what you have to remember is, if you do it cheaper, you're gonna have to work even harder and try and get another job in. And you're stuck between this: do I do 2 cheap jobs or try and get that one better paid jobs so I don't have to worry as much and work twice as hard. And some days you have to take free cheap jobs to make that bill payment. And it does affect you because everyone is telling you, you need to stick to your gun, you do your cost of business. But you know what? Sometimes you have to work damn hard to pay that phone bill, or work damn hard, I don't know, whatever bill, like credit card bills or whatever bills you have. And I don't think it should be shamed. I think aspirationally we should all work for our worth. But we aren't. I don't know many people who work a job where they get their worth. You know, I want people to realize that someone said to me, oh, your social media, you look really busy. Well, I look really busy because I post. And I post honestly, but I post about the nuances of my life, such as I will post about me going to a shoot, going to a recce, and it looks great. But what I'm not showing you is how tired I am and how exhausted I get sometimes. And this is with every job. This isn't me like, oh my God, just go back to 9 to 5. Because I had the same thing when I worked. And I'm ex-military, so I grew up. My entire adult career has been me in the military. And then I've gone into a 9 to 5er that was anything but. And then I've been self-employed. This isn't a new thing to me, working my ass off, right? I wish I would work my ass off, then I'd be a size smaller. I just want you guys to know that the reality of being self-employed, while can be utterly liberating because you get to do what you want, set your own calendar, also, you're acutely aware that the entire pressure of success is on you, and you will have people around you who will put added pressure on or not see what you do as like hard work as such because you do your own thing. I have people hitting me up for loans of money because they think, oh, go to her, she's got loads of money. And in actual fact, I haven't got a regular income that comes in. I've got clients that regularly come in, but they could as soon as stop, you know? So I have problems like that where I feel like I'm taking advantage of at times, and I feel that, and I just want you to know that while it is liberating to be your own boss, it is also 100% okay to be stressed and tired. And it is very easy to say set boundaries, but sometimes you have got so much that you need to get done in order to survive that month that setting boundaries doesn't work. But what I can tell you, it is not sustainable to keep working like that. You need to factor in days off. That has to go into your business because it makes more pressure on the other days. But once you start building up that client base by slowly increasing your process to where you want to be, you will find it helps. Right now, I'm not in the best place inside my head. Like, I am tired, I'm ill, I've got a really bad ear infection. Stupid girl went swimming, and I think it's called swimmer's ear, I'm not really sure. And can I get a hospital appointment? No, because I have to get a hospital appointment, a doctor's appointment that fits around my clients at the moment. And I'm like, Argh. So yeah. Anyway, this was miserable, but I wanted to be honest, and I want other people to be honest and share what the real reality is, because it's not all emotional quotes on Instagram. Sometimes it's editing in your pajamas while nursing a flu. Sometimes it's doing Zoom chats because you really don't want to have to leave the house because you know you've got to put petrol in the car and interact with more people. It's okay. So anyway, from me, being honest as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell button, and please comment below that I'm not the only one feeling this. Okay.